Hello my sexy muffins and welcome back to another video. In this video, it is the rules and requests for my channel, which will be put up at the top video that you see so that you all know the rules and such. Disclaimer, this is fiction. 98% of the characters that would be mentioned or requested are not yandere. It is for a fun what if they were. Simping and liking yandere characters is fine, as long as they are fiction, and it is fiction, and you separate fiction from reality. This is not to be taken in real life. If you are feeling this way about someone where you are obsessed and want to kill for them, that is not okay. You need to separate. You need to go seek help, as these are not the videos for you right now. Wait till you go get help and come back later if you are able to. If not, please leave the channel. Thank you. I also now take not safe for work requests, in which for whatever specific request or non-specific you have that is with a yandere character, what they would want to do with you, their darling, or with a character that is their darling. Basically, their kinks and stuff, in which they are what they would be into as that specific character with a specific person. You are otherwise. Though I will continue to make a safe for work version of each request as well. Just if you want a not safe for work one as well, tell me and I will do an extra non-safe for work separate from the safe for work so that everyone can enjoy these and watch age appropriate stuff for their channel, obviously. Okay, yandere characters. Please have the characters that are yandere and darling, either you the listener or otherwise, be 18 or older. They can be aged up in like some characters, like some anime characters, for an example. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, instead of 13 to 15 as his age, he would be aged up to 18 or 20 to be yandere for the listeners. So it would be like adult Tanjiro, you can put specific age. Ex-listener can put a specific listener you want, if such as a Demon Slayer listener or a demon listener, and so on. I will do characters, ex-characters as well, which I have indeed yandere William Afton, yandere Glamrock Friday, and yandere Monty, all after Darling Glamrock Bonnie. It can be any character, ex-character. It can be any character with a character that you want. That is an adult. Remember, adults only, 18 or older. Someone who has asked for, like for example, there's one that I'm going to be doing that someone has asked for, which is yandere Vaggie X Charlie Morningstar from Hazbin Hotel. You can also have listener take place of a character such as yandere Dr. Jack Bright from SCP Foundation and SCP-049 female listener. So you would be a female SCP-049 as the listener, and we would describe you as that SCP. And Jack Bright would be yandere for you. That is just a suggestion. These are all suggestions. They're not things I'm doing, except for the Charlie and Vaggie one. Yandere Vaggie, Darling Charlie. I'm definitely doing that one. Yandere Valentino with Vox Listener, Darlin. William Afton X Vanessa Listener. I have a whole scenario for that, if you would like to see that very well. So, you would be the listener in the place of the character. Okay, now listeners can be any gender, sexuality, anything such as female listeners, male listeners, non-binary listeners, gender fluid listeners, trans listeners, lesbian listeners, gay listeners, pansexual listeners, bisexual listeners, asexual listeners, demisexual listeners, blind listeners, deaf listeners, chubby listeners, curvy listeners, short listeners, tall listeners, and so on. Also, you can do more things. You don't just have to be a certain in these categories. It can be anything. If you can think it, I can most likely do it. Such as if you want to be an animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's listener, or if you want to be a demon listener from Hazbin Hotel, Center Demon, or Hellborn Demon, like an imp or succubus, or whatever. You can be as specific as you want, and so on. The only things I will not do as listeners or yanderes is racists, pedos, and animal effers, aka bestiality people. Monster effin and robot effin is fine though, because as long as they're 18 years old or older. Effin is basically like minotaurs, hydras, centaurs, basically any monster that you can think of that is sentient. Sentient is the keyword. Sentient. If it's a sentient monster and not thinks like an animal and actually has a conscience and a mind of a human, then I am totally fine with that. You can also have anything as a yandere character, such as supportive trans, queer partner. Oh, also, wait, let me backtrack a little bit. Also, all the FNAF videos I do as yandere, all the animatronics are sentient in those, and all the any monsters or anything that's toys being or animatronics or anything like that that is possessed in canon, I switch it onto my channel where they're all sentient, so they are not possessed by children, one, and that monsters are sentients as well, such as Godzilla, as I have done before, and so on. And anyways, let's continue. As you can also have anything for the yandere character to be here as a few examples. Supportive of trans and queer partner, Yander William Afton, yandere priest, human Alistair from Hazbin Hotel, human yandere Monty, any animatronic or demon can be human, really. And anything else you can think of, I can do it, most likely. Do not be afraid to be specific. The more you put, the more I can do it right. Yandere supportive bisexual William Afton. Darlin bi trans male listener. Yandere demisexual stepfather. Alistair ex curvy stepdaughter, where they are curvy and such. No real life people as yanderes or darlings. That is historical figures, politicians, celebrities, VTubers, YouTubers, and so on. No real life people. I cannot stress that enough. The more you are specific, the more I can do. I would do almost anything and everything in these rules. Just please follow the rules. Smash or pass. Will do any fandom smash or pass. Have adults in it, or I will not do it. Pass all minors. I will deny it if it's just all minors. No real life people. I cannot stress that enough. Also, when I do smash or pass, for those who do not know, I'm a hypersexual, sex positive, pan-romantic demisexual, which means I do enjoy the physical act of sex. Even though I'm not sexually attracted to someone, I can still have sex with them. There's no sexual attraction. It's just a physical act, like playing tennis. But I rarely do that now since I have a partner and I do anything sexual with her. But before this, I would simp, and I still simp over fictional characters. And basically with that is me simping over fictional characters and being with them intimately in my head. Because that is how I get rid of my high libido. Because I have an uncomfortable high libido. And which I am just so physically uncomfortable because I'm so... yeah. And so I usually simp over fictional characters and read fanfictional lemons because that helps take care of it, because my partner is a long distant partner. My girlfriend, I do not, as who is my partner, I don't see because she lives in another country, and we do meet up sometimes, but it is very seldom that we actually get to see each other. So we use fictional characters to deal with that. And I simp for them, but 98% of the time, if they were a real life person or character, I would not want to touch them, because when a character from fiction becomes real life, I'm like, ew, and I've never had celebrity crushes. I liked characters that the celebrities played, but as soon as it's like, do you like this actor sexually? And I'm like, ew, no. I like the character he plays, that's really cool, but, so it's just, I like the characters, but as soon as they become real life people, or were in real life, I would want nothing to do with them, most likely. I would honestly have like simp and panic, which is where you simp over you panic when a character that is fictional becomes into real life, either through cosplay or stuff, and you're like, oh, I love you as a fictional character, but now that you're in real life, I'm panicking because I don't know what to do because I don't want anything to do with you sexually, but also I really love you as a character, so and that is basically demisexual or asexual simp and panic, where you think in your head that they're a cool character and you can get dirty with them in your head because that's fine. Because asexuals do that. Asexuals don't mean sex repulsed all the time. And a lot of asexuals I know love to simp over fictional characters and think dirty stuff with them, but wouldn't do it in real life. And that's their business. And that's fine. Anyways, back to this. So, when I smash or pass, like how I smash and pass Pokemon, it means I wouldn't actually do them in real life. It's just mostly on their aesthetic. And would I do it if fiction? Probably. But real life? No. Hell no. So, and now Hunger Games, any fandom? Yes. No real life people. Thank you. Same rules for everything else. You can contact me with fan mail. I will read it without saying who you are creating a name you want to refer to as. If you have questions or want to tell me anything, I will do read-ins of them if you approve of yours being read aloud on YouTube. But I will not show it, obviously. Also, you can send me videos and stuff to react to. No animal skin abuse or nasty stuff. Nothing that is against YouTube guidelines. No porn. My work email is epicnessqueen@gmail.com. EPICNESSQUEEN@gmail.com. Thank you. And I will put the link for it in my information so you know where to find it. And thank you. I hope that you all enjoyed this and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye-bye.